YouTube. It's Leah Lauder, your favorite mega church cult survivor, and I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on Instagram. And I've been talking about this crazy SPAC bonanza that's been going on. And it is a circus, and you know there is a lot of tea, and it is giving Greenleaf. It is giving worse than these. It is giving, oh my God, you know, you can't make this stuff up. But there is a very serious element to it. People are getting ABUSEDs. I want to say big up Bouncer in the car. You know, I'm not a beg, but I've got to be bigging up this king, because at the end of the day, I've been doing this by myself for almost 2 years. Jay in the cut, and he's the first one who's come out and just been like, I don't give a F. Like, that's a man. You know what I've been talking about? And you lot know, I'm not trying to move to Bouncer. It's not that. You lot know I'm married to Jason. Till the day I unalive, I am faithful to that man. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, the only thing that separated our love was the police unaliving him. Like, it's a deep love. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I talk about this guy, I'm talking about it like from a king lens, like a brother lens. Like, he's doing this for the collective. Do you understand? And I hope he continues to expose them. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. But I just want to say big him up, man, because that's a real king. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I'm talking about real mandem, that's why I said I'm not saying nothing going into, because all I know is my Muslim mandem. Do you understand what I'm saying? My Muslim ninjas. You get me? Like, they're there for your sis. Do you understand? Like, outside in these streets, and they're very big on the women, protecting the women. So he's got that tone. It's great. It's fantastic. So since all of this stuff has been exposed, obviously, you know, my man's got a big platform. So a lot of people are seeing it. It's triggering a lot of stuff for the survivors. But guys, look at the phenomenon. It's not only SPAC survivors, it's all of us. I've been feeling down. I've been feeling like I'm going mad. Welcome YouTube, welcome Insta. Other survivors have been reaching out to me. And guys, I'm not going to lie, I had to take the week off. Because when all of that stuff happened with them SMG TV rats and everything was going on, I was just like, what the hell? Like, I had to step back and say, why did I put myself in this situation? I had to actually like meditate, reflect. And I went into like this week of like going within, really looking within myself. And then it started triggering. You know, my boyfriend got set up by his ratting, hating ass friends from the hood. And it just brought up a lot. And I had to reflect. And I've done a lot behind the scenes. But I want to talk about why all of the SPAC exposure is affected us. And then I might get into a bit of the tea. But guys, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to the tea, these guys are just, they're 419ers. They're 419ers. They're not real. They're F-boys. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they've got a lot of time on their hands. They're thieves. So they can do a move and just be, they've got time. They've got a lot of blood clot time on their hands. This is a very small church cult. As you know, my mega church cult, my cult leader's got thousands of branches around the world in the cult. So SPAC is what we call a backdoor getaway-ass church. They've had their glory days. It's come and gone, trap mash, whatever. We saw TK the other day. He's lovely. Hey, TK, my love. That's another real one outside in these streets. So what I'm just going to say to you right now is that it's a sinking ship. We might as well call them Titanic at this point. As you can see from the caliber of women, all of their good women and all that, they've gone. They've gone. That's why everyone's stepping on necks, crabs in a bucket, ripping each other's hair out. There's a bag of pick-me's in there. There's no one with self-respect and love for themselves. And you know what I'm saying? It's just pathetic. If these brothers think I'm going to have any respect for you when I look at the gyaldem that you're married to and dealing with, no, babe. No, baby, no. I wouldn't even be talking about SPAC if it weren't for the survivors. If it weren't for the survivors, Queen Tasia in the car. If it weren't for the survivors, baby, I wouldn't even be talking on SPAC, because this is little man stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? Apart from that Marriott or whatever her name is. We've got mutuals, my love, except you know them through your fraudulent activities. I know them from being beautiful, fabulous royalty, hood royalty princess, as I said. Because unlike you and me, Mariam, I never went to prison. I didn't have to. I've never been arrested in my life because the man them had my blood clot back. Wow! Because I didn't have to lift a finger. It was my choice to be alive or unalive. And they loved me even more for it and would do absolutely anything for me. I didn't have to work outside in these streets. You were a worker, ho. I never been a worker, Mariam. I never had to be doing up moves. And man them never cared about me sending things to my address, treating me like a 304. That's never happened to me, Chair. When the man them used to say, oh, Leah, let me get some stuff delivered to your house, I'd be like, do you take me for an idiot? I want to be there, bro. I want to be with you when you're doing the move. Don't take me for no idiot. Do I look like an idiot? Do I look like I'm some broke? Let me not go there. Let me not go there. And furthermore, my kids are at my job. I don't indulge in them kind of things. Do you understand? But these gal them, they'll do anything to get a buck. Anything to get a buck. That's why the gal them in there, yeah, they're victims. But there's the other side of these gal them that know exactly what they're doing. They're 304s. They're going in there with the intention to sleep with these pastors, to get up in the system, to get money. It's no different. These guys are no different than the fake ballers in the club. There's no real money. Hey, hands, there's no real money. I've dealt with ninjas like this. There's no real money. And then when they get the money, because they've got to keep up the pretense. They've got to buy all of the brand things. They've got to be in the cars. They've got to do all of that. The money, as soon as the money comes, it goes. As soon as the money comes, it goes. Thanks, hands. And they might have like one main property that's like a showstopper. Do you understand what I'm saying? That they've got a mortgage on or whatever, but they ain't really got nothing. They ain't got much. Because these guys, for the love of money and the addiction, and this is why I'm going to go into like Schmeg's magic and how guys use our private areas, ladies, as a portal to getting rich and making money. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about portals and things like that. Look at the consumer side. I don't care. I'm in a blood clot here. And I'm going to be exposing it because, you know, Toby's birthday is on 11/11. Yes, he's born. But is he born on that day? Is he born on that day? How can we prove it? Have we seen his passport? Until I see that passport, I'm not believing a word that man says, Chair. I'm not believing a word that comes out of that man's. Until I see that passport, I'm just going to say that 11/11 to me, that's a portal. in metaphysics and you know, and in the occult, when we look at, you know, he's Yoruba, African spirituality, he's very much into it. I can tell, I can see. Toby, get blood clot ready, because if you want to take it there on that side, I hope you're protected, baby. I hope your ancestors are stronger than mine. I hope so, baby boy. I bloody hope so. If you want to take it there, if you want to start dabbling into that realm, baby, I hope you're ready. Because baby, it's not about money. I don't serve the God of this world. It's not about money for me, baby. All them materialistic things, the designer, it don't mean nothing, guys. It's all it's created by man. When you see someone dripped out from head to toe, Chanel, this, I don't even know the designers. I am the designer. I'm a designer. I could create a fashion brand and it could sell tomorrow. I don't know about designers. Honestly, I really do not know. Back in the day when I was going out with the ballers, what they used to buy me, I used to put on my back and put on my foot bottom. Me, I know. Yeah. But when it comes to me shopping and I get given my money, I know what I'm doing. I like thrifting, Chair, and save that. That's why I got the yard I got. Are you all right? I'm not stupid. But these gal them, they like having their back. Listen, these gal them will have all the designer bags, all the designer shoes, this, that, and the third, and they won't even have a roof over their heads. Or they'll be living in their mum's council flat. There's the house, there's no decorating, no. So why did you decide to get that bag? You're using that bag to get in an Uber. You're using that bag to jump on a bus. Make it make sense. That's these type of gal that we're dealing with. Listen, most of these spackers, the gal them that are in these spaces, yeah, they're gal them that will work in the clubs. Because as I said to you, it's safer in the clubs. There's less competition for them. Not everybody is innocent in this. But because I've been exposed to that lifestyle, I can see it. I can see straight through them. Most of these mogs lie about their ages. They have 4 passports like my cult leader Climate. Yeah, that's why I don't believe him. That's why I think 11/11. There's that mystical manipulation as well. They make the day like a ritualistic day. But the thing is, when portals are open and you've got like people all in the same space, there's a lot of energy siphoning. There's a lot. And then also there's another thing that I psychoanalyze with Toby as well. That cancer stint that he did the other day, I just feel like he was trying to garner, emotional sympathy from the public. And I've got the whole psychology behind it. It's quite common. Cult leaders do this, like fake illnesses, especially like when they fake healings and things like that. Yeah, we all know, girl. But do you know what? When I saw it, everyone was sending it to me, and I felt like God was saying to me, now's not the right time. Like, now's the time to expose back in it, because now they've got Pastor Sam that's fractured a girl's skull. I can't remember what I said on the bus lips, black eyes. So that's currently like an investigation that's going on at the moment. And then allegedly that was as a result of him sleeping with the girl. I'm not going to talk too much on it, guys, because it's just so horrific. Do you know what I mean? Like, people think, oh, I enjoy this coming on. No, I don't. And I spent that time away from the internet. It's not to prove anything for myself, to anyone, but it was for myself. But also, I need people to know, because there's different kinds of people that watch my content. Oh, yeah. If you are a survivor, whether you watch from the FYP, whether you watch from a burner account, whatever, don't be proud. You know when they tell you don't be proud? No, I'm just joking, guys. I couldn't resist that, though. Sorry. Oh, my God. I felt it in my bones. I couldn't resist it. All right. For the survivors where like you're coming on these lives, whether I know you or not, you're going to have to make yourself known now, chair. Because the season that we're going in, I'm going to be offering a lot more intensive one-to-one work, and the nature of what I'm going to be doing is going to include more intensive one-to-one, me opening up myself a little bit. So I'm going to need to know you. And I know that might be a bit triggering because of the cult, but guys, the reality is now we're going to a point where survivors are saying to me, because they're not hearing the content, there's no lives, whatever, they're feeling like they can't do it no more. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what actually got me on today, guys, because I'm not going to lie, I was just feeling my mental health's been crazy. Yesterday, I was like crying out to God, I just want Jason. I've been missing my boyfriend so much. He was unalived by the police in 2007. And Survivor sent me a voice note this morning, like bawling her eyes out. And guys, she's got such a sweet, innocent voice, and she's so lovely. Becca, I'm calling you today. I haven't been ignoring you. I've been so down. I'm calling you today, Queen. And I started listening to the voice note. Oh, Miss CHM, I love you. And when I was listening to the voice note, I just had to call her. And as I was speaking to her, it's the same reoccurring pattern. It's not just the SPAC survivors. I nearly called the SPAC survivors SPACers. Because I call the SPAC man them SPACers. Are very EVIL, Kenneth, a cult, of course. Kiss my teeth and evil cult, yeah. So the conversation just led to my heart just being like, oh my God, like survivors are feeling lonely, like no one understands them. I think that the space where I've been off has created like a bit of silence, where I think I'm always on live or always putting out content. And I think that silence has kind of made us all go within, because we all do need to like let that trauma surface so that we can move forward as a collective. Because as I said, I'm not an influencer, guys. I'm not coming on here for myself. Like, I've done enough healing work now where I can just do the work offline. I don't have to be on the internet. I can just, I've built enough of a community offline. Thank you for the roses, Tasia. I've got the Hold the Hope CIC set up. You have to remember, I'm a youth and community worker by profession. Over 20 years working with people affected by injustice, victims of systematic ageism, high control groups, gangs, just doing everything. And then a social work master's. So this is my heart for this has always been community led, but I had to come on like the damsel in distress, beautiful girls, titties all out, screaming and shouting to get the attention, because it's a very serious topic. Now that I've got to where I need to get to, I have enough survivors, I think, that can reach out to me for me to do more of the in-person one-to-one work, really trying to do that holistic healing work to move survivors out of like fight or flight, like victim mindset into survivor mindset. That's where I'm going at the moment. However, this survivor messaging me, and I spoke to her this morning, it's made me realize the importance of social media. Like TikTok has started it all. I'll never like just come off. But I want people to understand and know that I am not an influencer. Hey, Christ first. Yes, I look amazing, but is it my fault that God created me to be an absolute empress and goddess? Can I help the way I've been created and the gifts I have with my creativity? However, this is a very serious issue. And that's why I wanted to give that space for Bouncer to do what he was doing up, because when I get into the mix, it can be, because of my energy and my creativity, it can turn into a bit of like entertainment, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be like serious, because I can be very misunderstood as well. And with the SPAC thing, I want this to be done meticulously, strategically. They are very strategic. There's less of them. They've got more time on their hands. I want everybody to understand that these church cults are not powerful. They're not powerful. I've been doing this for almost 2 years. I've said to you lot, if something was to happen to me tomorrow, that's God's will. That they ain't got no power to take my life. Who the hell are they? They're men. They're mortal beings. I'm a firm believer in it's about your personal relationship with God. That's what it falls down to. That's the nuts and crux of it, bitch. Like when it comes to who's God's gonna answer when you call, and at the speed in which he's calling. Did I say hey to Christ first? That's what it's about. I don't fear no one. I don't fear no man. Do you understand? I'm not religious. There's no strongholds or religious ideologies or powers that are over me. I am the patriarch and misogynist worst nightmare. I am a free woman. I am a woman not bound by any systematic structures, and not by a man. Not by a man that's living anyway. My dynamic of my relationship is my boyfriend's unalived, but his spirit still lives on. So I'm definitely not interested in any man on this earth. But that's why I'm home, gal. And it's beautiful because God's taken me through this path so that I can support, especially like the male survivors, because I'm not going to lie, there are some fine survivors, yeah, that I've come across. But I'm just that girl. I'm just so loyal to my man. My man. But anyway, this leads me nicely on to, guys, because we've got to make this a bit lighthearted. You know, we just have so much trauma. But one thing I love about this collective is I don't feel alone in my trauma. I don't feel alone in this bubble of grief that I have. I feel like my bubble of grief has now widened and opened to this beautiful collective of people who share in my trauma. They understand where I'm coming from. I don't feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I have a community that support me. I know I've been really bad with the messages, guys, but what I'm going to be doing moving forward is getting more of a balance. So times when I'll be on live, just banging it out, and I'll still go on live and put up content, but when there'll be less coming from me because I'm spending time with survivors, whether that be on the phone. Because once I know you and we're making friends, and then we can, do you know what I mean? It'll be a lot easier. So, I just want you to know, if you know you're a survivor, you consider yourself as part of this collective, like you're down with it, you need to message me after, get my number. I need you to be on my personal number on WhatsApp. Because another thing is, when I just go like ghost social media, I do post on my WhatsApp, and it's a smaller like collective. So if you're part of the collective, yeah, Tasia, we really need to link up. We do, girl. So let's do that next week. So message me, because next week I will be meeting survivors, and I will have a survivor link up. So what I'm going to say is, all the survivors that I've said I'm going to meet, this, that, and the third. And Nancy, are you here? Because I know it's also Nancy's birthday around this time. So we'll just do like a belated thing for Nancy and a survivor link up. So I'm going to sort that out for next week, guys. So it's going to be on Saturday or Sunday. Whoever can come, can come. That's how I'm doing it up. Yeah. And then from there, I can meet you personally. We can exchange numbers. We can move forward. We can talk about what's going to be going on. Yeah. And it will be somewhere cheap and cheerful, guys, that everybody can afford. It's going to be Weatherspoons. It's going to be a tenner maximum. If you can't afford it, but you really want to come, hit me up. Okay. We've got a small pot of money for survivors where we can help you to like get there and whatever. But if it's money around food, that should never be a problem, because we can always get things and share. And do you know what I mean? But if it's like travel, once you're there, you're covered. That's cool, because we can all get things and share it. Do you know what I mean? That's the power of the collective. And these are the things that they could have been doing in these church cults, but instead they're taking our money, saying, "No, the branch is £40. Melissa doesn't have money. Pay for you and Melissa." So now they're taking £20. They're eating £40 because you're paying like quadruple, because you're paying for someone else. I hope this is making sense, guys. I'm on a manic rant. But they just thief, man. Everything could be so cheap. We could be building powerful communities, powerful systems and structures for our community. All of that money that they've been thieving. Do you know how many people there are that are homeless? Do you know how all of them guys that they got in there that they're taking from the gangs, they're not helping anyone. They're not helping anyone. They're helping themselves at an individual level, a place-based level. You're not helping anyone, bro. And that's the thing about Pastor Toby. I find it very interesting. I can't wait to psychoanalyze him, because what I need to do actually is I need to watch the American Gangster this weekend, which is what I'm going to do tonight, because I've got a survivors coming round. Actually, this is she's become like a sis. And I'm going to watch American Gangster, because I'm going to psychoanalyze it, because I see through his aesthetic, the way that he likes to present himself, this, that, and the third, because Toby was just like an uncle fresh off the boat, like when he first come. We've all seen him with that bag and the suitcase photo. I'm going to be pulling up all of this stuff, taking it back, covering all of the things that I've covered so far, and then getting into all of the mess that's going on at the moment. So, is that a delivery? I can't even move. I've got nothing on underneath. So I've noticed with Toby, he's got this aesthetic where he's trying to be like this American gangster, like, hello. No, because I don't. My dogs are just my alarm. But do you know what? I'm getting my Ring alarm like tomorrow. So okay. So Toby's got this aesthetic. It's like, oh, that is my door. One minute, guys. Sorry, I know this is so ghetto. One second. I'm coming. Is it for me? No, don't lock my door for other people. I don't take their mail, man. Sake, man. About what he wants and just sits on his broke ass soul. No, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you mine. And no, I don't want to meet you nowhere. No, don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a man that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a man that can't get no love. Me hanging on the passengers of his best friend, trying to holler at me. All right. So Toby just tries to do like this American gangster aesthetic, absolutely pathetic. You know the Denzel Washington film, like when you see him in that Rolls Royce and the way he moves and that, it's just such a beg. And what I have psychoanalyzed that happens is that he's around former reformed mandem. As I said to you, any guy that was on the roads, that was on the streets, that was anywhere, because as you know, I'm a gang specialist. If they were under 18, we class them as victims of child criminal exploitation. A lot of laws and whatever have changed because the understanding, the theory, the science behind why these young people do what they do. So, for example, we've got the public health approach. So we're looking at ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Instead of just throwing them in jail and locking away the key, your niece, my queen, we're looking at why they've done what they've done. What's the reason? Like when there's a virus or a disease, we need to figure out how it spread, like how it began. So we do that through a public approach. So the only critique that I have with it is that there is the possibility of pathologizing black males and looking at them as a disease within this context of gangs. However, the overarching ideology behind it works. Okay, I'm not going to bring in race into it, and I'm not going to and demonization and all of that, because I know that there's professionals that watch. What I'm just looking at is in context of, okay, what would make a guy pick up a shank and go to do something? Yeah, the trauma. Maybe he saw his dad doing that, you know, and so it helps us to understand why they do the things that they do instead of demonizing them. Hey, elites, why did I get into all of that, Jill? Oh yeah. So these guys are victims of CCE because they were like foot soldiers, like getting sent out boys. They weren't like elders, like to understand what's going on and be able to process that. So they were groomed. And gangs are high control groups, just the same as church cults, religious cults, whatever. It's the same high control grooming. A gang will groom a guy with KFC, chicken, Morley's, whatever. Why am I saying KFC? It's always Marley's, baby. The church cults will groom them with Nando's, or still they do the same thing. They'll tell, oh, we got food at the church. They love doing that, doing barbecues, like, you know, getting people in with food, doing movie nights. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff. And they use them as foot soldiers. They're not, because you've got to remember, a gang is a high control group, so it'll have all the same things: a leader, isolate people, this, that, and the third. But they're using those young people for enterprise, their criminality, and just to make money in it, like illegally, so illegal enterprise. We see that being done with SPAC because I see similarities. It does operate like a church gang, but how they've been able to get away with it for so many years is that they were claiming that they were saving all these gang guys, and this is why it looks like that. But in reality, they've been able to move in plain sight, you know, because like that's the intelligence behind it. They look like criminals, but it's like, don't brand us as criminals. We're doing this to attract the criminals. Mad psychology. Toby is a very intelligent guy. Remember I told you, like, luckily but unluckily for him, I was married to an Edo man for almost 10 years. Lord God. My kids are half Nigerian. My ex that I loved him so much. I've got a few exes, guys, but I'm just talking about the Nigerian uncle who was, anyway, I digress. I'm just saying he was Yoruba. So I'm very familiar with how their mandem were. Oh my God. You see, their mandem is so hard to leave them. If any of Toby's mistresses allegedly are watching, them Yoruba mandem, they don't even have to be attractive. It's not the attraction. These guys will buy you. Oh my God. And they'll do anything. Like, they're so sly, but they, not all of them, guys. I'm just doing like, you know what I mean? It's very complicated. So I just know I know how their mind works. That's what I'm just trying to say. They work, you see, like the Yoruba mandem, yeah, they're like politicians. That's how they think, that's how they act, that's how they are. So I know how Toby works. But it's interesting because there's a lot of influences. We've got the like Americanized influence with the cultures of the like Americanized gangsters, and I think Scarface, that type of influence. And then we've got like the British culture, like, you know, like the road culture, etc. And then we've got the influences of the kind of like Nigerian, you know, like almost like, you know, the Afrobeat, like how they are, the 419, because you know them guys that do the 419s, like the you know, the man them from back home. They dress and act just like Afrobeats stars. Like when you go out with them, the cars they drive, like that's what they're trying to do up. They want to be celebs real bad. And a lot of the time, them, the 419ers, like Toby, that's what I'm saying. It's nothing special. It's nothing new, babe. Toby is one of many. There's loads of guys like this. And they know all of them Afrobeat artists, and you'll just be in the club with the Afrobeat. The Afrobeat artists will just all be there. Because it's like a community. It's not anything special. All right. So it's a mixture of different influences, and I'm going to be doing a lot of content around this to help people understand the psychology behind how he's built this cult. But what's happened is the them that are really from the roads and really have that mindset, they're lost in the source. They're lost because they never seen money a day in their life. This is all fast money, quick money, especially the guys who started off like road them. Because what I learned was, because back in the day, oh God, look at me now. I'm almost 40. I'm going to be 39 in January. I'm almost 40 years old. So imagine me when I was 17. Oh my God. Ooh, yeah. Guys, I'm not even going to lie. Yeah. I'm just so glad that I'm a lover girl gangster. Because if I were a lover girl gangster, and back in the day, I used to just, you know, the leaf, like, that's what saved me, because I weren't outside. I was with the man them, just, you know, bunning, just like, you get me? Woo! It saved me from being a 304. Put a record on. So I've been around a lot of different like man them, because they don't courage, you know what I mean? They'll pay for everything. Like even back then, you know, the drinks, like they just want Leah. Guys, you know, when this is a quick funny story, yeah. I was working for this youth services when I was doing I was working in ISIS, yeah. And the guys, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah, because you know they closed down like Wormwood Scrubs, and so basically ISIS became the local jail, so everyone was in there from the ends. Oh my God, guys, in my job, yeah, I used to have to declare every time a new person came in there that I knew, yeah. And the screws used to be searching me, you know, like they used to think I was bringing stuff in for the man because they loved me. Oh my God, you lot have heard some of them come on the live. There's been a few guys that have reached out to me as well since they got out. Why was I saying that? There was a story I was getting to, man. Oh, I've completely forgotten. I chat too much, man. Oh yeah. So anyway, you know, like in the jar, like the man them, yeah, they make like banana fritters and stuff, you know, like in the kettle, yeah. And we used to have this session where all the man them used to cut, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. This is why I think I'm so bad. Because I weren't like in an office like how the therapist, I was a youth worker, so I was on the wing. I used to go into their cells. I used to sit with them, talk with them. I used to like play cards with them, like on the wing, like no protection, just the keys, just keys. There was no SOs, nothing. Then we would take them upstairs in this room here. There would be about 25 man like in this room, and we would have a youth club here, and it was supposed to be up to the 25. But guys, I'm not gonna lie, like a 25, a big grown ass 25, even the mandem that were like 23 in there, yeah, they were so big because they're just like pumping iron in there, and they were tall chair. So it was like, and I was indoctrinated. I was still in the church cult and married, yeah. And when I got there, I was just such a mess. And it's so crazy, guys. I don't want to get emotional, but them guys, like the work that I did there was hard, and the organization was, but it was a mess. But I did like I loved them, the CEOs and stuff. But that job for me, it changed my life. I think that was also part of my deconstruction, because it was like, as I say, like guys from the roads, like guys that go in jail, like this, they're given really bad reputations, but these guys have just been through the struggle. They're some of the most intelligent, gifted, creative people that I've ever met in my life. And I don't want to get emotional, sorry, because one of my young people unalived when he was released, so it is a bit traumatic for me. But if like any of them do watch or come across this video later, I just want to say thank you to all those guys, because it was so healing. And guys, my self-esteem was so low at the time. I was in a really like rubbish marriage. I didn't feel like attractive. I'd put on a bit of weight, you know, I was in this cult that was draining me, and I got into this job, and I was thank you, Divine. I got into this job and I was working with the inmates, and I know now it made me feel closer to Jason, you know, my boyfriend that unalived in prison. Guys, let me know if it's too heavy and I can change it up, because I've only just come back and I don't want to trigger people. And funnily enough, when I knew I had to leave the job was when his little brother turned up doing time in the jail. Hey, Nate. And then his best friend. And it just triggered me. And I said, I can't work this job. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just too close to home. But I felt closer to him. And that's why I dedicated my life to doing the work with the guys in the gangs, because it's like I just even the cult couldn't break our love. Because yes, I didn't go to the grave, and you know, I was disassociated, but I was still holding on to him through the young people that I was helping. And I swear to God, yeah, the only reason, like people say, Leah, how did you survive 18 years in the church cult? Like Jason, like his heart, like it lives on in me. That man just had a spirit like the heart of a lion, fearless. Just like, that's why you saw him in his last moments in this, like when he was in the waiting bit, he's cuffed up, and the officers were looking at him in his eyes, dead in his eyes, and he was just there, like a G to the end. Imagine sitting there being cuffed, looking into a man's eyes that you know is gonna unalive you, and he stayed like that boss to the very end. Man like that don't come across every day. Man like that only comes around once in a lifetime. Cass in the cup. His spirit lives on in me. We didn't have a chance to have any kids, but what I've birthed through this collective and the work that I'm gonna do moving forward is always gonna be in memory of that man, because I can't tell my story without mentioning Jason McPherson, R.I.P. Biggs. One thing I do want to say is, ladies, never love a man like this, all right? Unless it's part of your sole purpose, then you don't have a choice. But the one rule that I learned was to never love a man more than I love myself. This type of, when you love someone like this type of love is dangerous. But for me, I was just really young when it happened. And I know people say, oh, Leah, you know, there's so many men in the world and you could move on, but it's like, no. You know, I spent 18 years in the cult. I haven't come out unscathed. It's like 18 years that I need to do. Like, I've got to try and heal. I've got to try and heal what happened to my baby. And that's going to take me, it might take me a lifetime, it might not. But the beauty that has come out of it is that I can be a cis I know that men will still be attracted to me, but you know, it's just I won't step over that line. That's the way that God has intended this to be. I just want to say that's why with SPAC, I don't like exposing SPAC because this always happens. You know what I mean? Honestly, get it out there. It's not easy. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, YouTube. No, it's not. I'm talking about SPAC, but it was First Love. It's all denominations under DAG. You know, it's so close to home. It's so personal. Do you know what I mean? Like SPAC, there's no bosses in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no bosses in there. The people that like I'm a boss, so I know the people. I know my people that are connected to them because I'm that. I'm a real reform gangster in real life. So when it comes to SPAC, the exposure is different. The exposure is different because it's just giving like it's just fam vibes. You know, I'm really from the streets, outside in these streets. Are you all right? So SPAC is different. I've been trying to just take a step back, and even seeing Digger like there the other day was so disappointing. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, why? I expected better than him, but anyway, I think he's going through something, like mental health wise. He just didn't look like himself, and I think that's why he was there because I really Diggers don't endorse all of that. I don't think. And I'm not talking like I personally know him because I'm not a beg. He's just like one of the generations of the gangs. I'm old school. I'm going to be 40. That's my little brother's man, them and friends. You know, my little bro. I don't know. These guys are kids to me. I'm going to be 40 in like 2027, chair. This is my little brother's friends. All right. So I want to get into what I'm talking. That's what people forget because it's a lot of kids I'm dealing with because obviously they attract a lot of kids. But what you lot need to remember is I'm older than a lot of you lot's mother. I just look good because I haven't let the man them wash me out. Digger D was paid to be there. Yeah, but even so, man, even if he was paid, he shouldn't be doing that, man. He doesn't need that change. But thanks for letting me know that, girl. Oh my God, guys. You know, like when I cry. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, guys. God, my head's itching, chair. All right. So what I want to talk about today, guys, is about how all of this exposure that's been coming out has been affecting us. Okay. Oh my God, guys, I've got another delivery. I'm so sorry, you know, because it's Christmas. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, leave it outside. I'm coming to get it. Oh, let me come and get it. I know what that is. Saf, did your dad get something delivered? Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. These, you know, because it's Christmas, they keep knocking my blood clot door for my neighbours. I don't take, let me be careful, guys, because I don't want to expose myself. I don't take their mail. They don't take mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like that with them. I live in a very, like, neighbourhood. They're not on that. Because you know me, I'm not going to be fake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know, and people, like, when you're just too real. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be fake, babes. And no one's going to try and bully me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, anyway, I'm going off the point. All right, let me get back to what I was talking about, guys. There's been a lot of distractions. The devil is a liar. I think I needed that, though, just like that little breather. Okay. Lay your reef in the car. So as I said, guys, I don't want to say rely on these lives, but if these lives are like a lifeline to you, you need to message me and get my blood clot number. Because that week I couldn't even come on to put out a message to say, oh, survivors, I'm not online, but you can contact me. And I think what was happening was, I think there was that split, like where you wanted to reach out to me, but you were thinking, oh, I want to respect this space and this time because Leah's been coming on every day for however many years, this, that, and the third. And I want to say thank you, because I know a lot of people did respect that space, but it just took like one survivor to just reach out and be like, and then I just said to her, I was like, do you watch the lives? Do you daily watch? She said, yeah. I said, all right. It just gave me the strength to get back on here, man, and just do what I need to do. Because guys, I'm not going to lie, how you lot are feeling, that's how I feel. Thanks, elites, because elites, we're just not going to have it. Just thing them up today, chair. No one's got time. We ain't got time. I don't care about the people that are coming on here for this, that, and the third. If you're coming on here for a show, babe, do you know what I mean? You'll still get a show, but you won't get what you want. All right. So all of this stuff has been coming up, guys. And you got to understand, it's like an iceberg. And I'm going to get into this, yeah? It's going to become very triggering. Because as you can see, this whole SPAC thing, it's like when I talk about SPAC, I start to think about my boyfriend that was unalived in police custody. Then I start to think about my old life. Then I start to think about other people that have gone. Then I start to think about, with SPAC, I've got to like be disassociated and just like cut off all of the personal like attachments. And that's why I think that SMG TV thing had to happen, because I had to remember, like, it's like I've almost only got these good memories about the hood, because it's like I want to hold on to the good, because it's like it's Jason for me. But I do have to wake up and smell the fresh coffee, because there's a lot of haters in the hood. The reason why he unalive was because of hating 304 rats. That's why he unalive snitches. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, you see these spackers, they'll be acting like gangsters, like for the cosplay, for the show, and then they'll be calling the popo and doing up fake cease and desist and legal, because Toby's not a real bad man. He's an uncle in cosplay as an American gangster. And then he's got all these people like CK and whatever that have actually been about that life at a certain point. So Toby's siphoning off them. They taught Toby how to dress. Toby dresses like that because of them. Toby acts like that because of them. Toby gets his power from them. He's siphoning all of their energy. 1 second, guys. I've just got to challenge that warning. He's siphoning their energy. But guys, what I am gonna do, you know, the good old Bible. This always helps us to keep our lives. So the Bible reading of today, you know, you might not want to hear it, speckers, but this is the word of God. Your 419 washed up uncle Forster, unfortunately, is going to be exposed. And what I'm going to do is just read some. Guys, give me a number, any number. Come on, guys, 1 to 100. Someone give me a number, any number. Do I see a number? Come on, guys. The first one to put a number in the chat, Instagram, TikTok, 37. All right, I saw 37. I saw 37 was. All right, but I see all of them. Guys, I'm going to do it again. This is quite fun. I think I should do this every live. All right, let's see what Psalm 37. Don't worry about the wicked or envy those who do wrong, for like grass, they will soon fade away. Like spring flowers, they will soon wither. Like spring flowers, SPAC Nation, Wealth Nation, Nation Family, Toby, all of them will soon wither. Trust in the Lord and do good, then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Take delight in the Lord. This is Psalm 37, the reading of today for our religious broadcast. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you your heart's desire. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust him, and he will help you. He will make your innocence radiate like the dawn, and the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun. Be still in the presence of the Lord. Oh, very well suited. And wait patiently for him to act. So, guys, be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently. That's our word. Be still and patient. Oh, Miss El Rose, I love you. Yeah, I'm all right, girl. I'm just reading a quick psalm, then I'm going to get back to you because you know it's on fire on TikTok. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes. Stop being angry. Turn from rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm, for the wicked will be destroyed. For those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. Soon the wicked will disappear. Though you look for them, they will be gone. The lowly will possess the land and will live in peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the godly. They snarl at them in defiance, but the Lord just laughs. The Lord is laughing at them, for he sees their day of judgment coming. The wicked draw their swords and string their bows to kill the poor and the oppressed. Psalm 37. To slaughter those who do right, but their swords will stab their own hearts and their bows will be broken. It is better to be godly and have little. Oh my God, who gave this Psalm 37? This is SPAC. It's SPAC. According to the word of God, it is better to be godly and have little than to be evil and rich. Oh my God. Guys, if this isn't the Lord God himself, if this isn't the Lord of hosts, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun, when the trumpet calls, lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion's hill salvation comes. Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun. At the trumpet's call, lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion's hill salvation comes. Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds. When the trumpet sounds, he will make a sound. Lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion's hill salvation comes. Yes! I just thought I'd sing that because the praise and worship team in SPAC is absolutely awful. And I feel there's a lot of them on. So I do you know what? I know what it's like. We had Ida for years. It was like watching paint dry. I know what it's like watching, especially, do you know what? Bad fashion ensembles are absolutely terrible. It doesn't mean because you have money and you've got a plethora of imposter designer pieces that you think, you know, because the thing is, guys, I grew up in the hood of Notting Hill. Thanks, Divine. I grew up in the hood of Notting Hill. It's a place called Ladbroke Grove. And what that means is like our uptown is like Mayfair, Knightsbridge. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why the guys back in the day always wanted the West Girl them. Anyway, my point is, I know what real rich people look like in real life. They don't wear all of these designers. They don't. That's why my aesthetic is the way it is, because I'm like from that area. Just reeks wealth. This is how the wealthy people dress. They act. They're not into all of that. Even like certain things like Gucci and certain Louis Vuitton and, you know, certain designers, they just don't even wear. It's like consumerism. It's like made for like poverty, like the poor people, like, because they need the validation and the accolade. So like designer things that don't impress me much. You might have the car, but do you have the brains? Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're all right, but that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night. That don't impress me much. In the words of Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. A little designer. I've dealt with all of them Chanel guys, you know, bottle popping. They got their mansions, everything's fraud. I've dealt with them guys. They're losers. They've got the most trauma. They've got, and them man, them are preds, boy, and schmeg addicts as well. Miss Kiko! Oh! And this gave me a gift. It had like a hat and a guitar. Thank you, baby. Guys, I'm going to go soon, though, because I feel lightheaded. I've got to make some food, and I've got to clean the yard chair. But I said, you know what? I've got to come on. I've started cleaning the yard, but... Oh, guys, I've got a new sofa coming on Tuesday. Guys, I'm not even going to lie to you. When I get that sofa, because it's like a champagne color, I'm just going to do a whole photo shoot when it arrives on the champagne crushed velvet sofa. I just can't wait. Oh, my God. I think I'm going to do like a lingerie thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that with my... Because although I don't have anyone to... But do you know what I do? Why am I lying? There is a guy that I can send. You know, my rich YN. I don't care. I don't care. I've got a rich YN there. If I feel like I want someone to see the pictures, because it's not like broke eyes viewing them. It's like someone I would have given a chance to like wine and dine me. I would have been just having that vibe with him if I wasn't like married to my man. If you're watching, babe, I just want to let you know that you were on the top of the list. Trust me. Because he's the only YN that I've seen in that age bracket where I was like, yeah. Because I only deal with G's. Even if they're young, like I can see a guy, he's going to like be it. That's why all of my exes, I just had this thing. I think it's a gift. Like I could just see the guys that we're going to make. I knew how to pick them. I knew how to pick them, man. So all of the guys that I've dealt with, like all the OGs, they've done really well. Like obviously some of them are unalived. Most of them are unalive, but the ones that are alive, you know, they've done so well. All right, guys, let me just read this last bit because you know how it is. So it is better to be godly and have a little than to be evil and rich. For the strength of the wicked will be shattered, but the Lord takes care of the good godly. Day by day, the Lord takes care of the innocent. That's us. And they will receive an inheritance that lasts forever. That's also us. And they will not be disgraced in hard times. Even in famine, they will have more than enough. That's definitely us. And then because we've had a famine, like when you come out of the cult, it's a famine. You're in a dry and desert land. You don't know how you're going to survive. You don't know how you're going to make it, like this, that, and the third. So it's a spiritual famine. It's not it don't have to be a physical one. Okay. But the wicked will die. The Lord's enemies are like flowers in a field. They will disappear like smoke. Oh my God. I love this. I love this reading. Who chose 37? Go you. Whoever chose the number 37, go you. Guys, do you think I should restart it on TikTok? Guys, should I restart on TikTok? What you lot telling me? What do you think? Should I restart on TikTok? Hey, Cass. It's me. Oh my God, I don't know who that is. You're going to have to tell me later. All right, I'm going to restart on TikTok. I'm just going to be straight back, guys. I might be on a different account if I've got a restriction. Because I think I might. Wait, hold on. What is the restriction? Oh, it was live visibility. Oh, should I just go on the same account? No. No, do you know what? I'm just going to go. Sorry, YouTube and Instagram, please bear with me for 1 sec. I'm going live on this account, guys, or it might be up here, depending on where I put it. But I'm going live now on this account. So come over there and we're going to continue for part 2. I'm going live. What's the time? 2:39. Oh, crap. I need to go in like 40 minutes. Oh, 1 second. I'm going live on this account, guys, or it might be up here. I'm so sorry. I'm going live now on this account. I hate hearing my own voice. It's so embarrassing. Let me sing a song for you guys. I get so weak at the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control, and something inside of me, I never know the lyrics. I'm always making it up because I used to bun so much back in the day. I can't remember what I did yesterday. I love you all because you make me feel so good. All right, let me sing because I need to sing something without me even realizing. Okay, Mama always told me to be careful who I love. And Daddy always told me make sure he's right. I always had my eye on this one particular guy. I was too shy, so I decided to write. I'm sending him a 4-page letter, and I enclosed it with a kiss. And when I write him, he better get it on time. I 4-page letter. Ooh. All right. Featherstones is in the cut. Let's get into it because the real survivors will find me, man. That's what I've realized. The survivors know where to find me. Queen, I'm loving the hair. I missed you, man. I missed you too, girl. Babe, my mental health. Like, because all of that stuff was happening with SGM TV and it wasn't like about them. It was about me because I had to sit back and be like, why the hell did I go there? Like, what the hell possessed me? Like, I had to really dig deep. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to really like psychoanalyze myself. I had to sit back. It was like, you know, like looking at me, like doing content for myself, chair. That's what I had to do. And I think that's important, you know, with what I'm doing, like the constant reflection, because I feel like I've come back stronger. I feel like I feel like it feels clearer what I've got to do now. But I've missed you so much. No, I've been fine. I should have put out a video, but do you know what? It all happened so quickly. Do you know what I mean? Everything happened so fast. But let's get into the topic of today, guys, because I want to keep this focus. I'm not going to start the YouTube again, I don't think. I love Erica Badu. She came to like London the other day. I was so upset. Next to me. Oh. All right. So let's get into what I'm talking about. If you don't know who I am, my name's Leah Lauder. I'm a mega church cult survivor, and I spent 18 years, yes, 18 long years in a mega church cult. And I came to the realization that they were a cult, and now I'm online and I'm exposing them. Layla speaks in the car. TikTok, please like up the live because you know they're on it to get me off. But me na blood clot here. So as we all know, there's been a lot of exposure around SPAC. Hey, my queen, around SPAC. As you know, Bouncer's got like a huge platform. So it's just blown up chair. And then the SPAC survivors have been coming and giving me information. And I've started putting that out there as well. But thank you, Layla. But the survivors have like been coming back and like telling me how they feel about it. And like there's so many survivors that are feeling so broken. It's triggering and bringing up a lot of like unresolved trauma and, you know, uncomplicated grief, just things that they haven't dealt with. One thing I want to talk about, because this is a reoccurring pattern where survivors are like, oh, I should be over this by now. I should be over it. Like, why is this still affecting me? Why is it still affecting my life and this and that? And I'm like, guys, we've got to be kind to ourselves because it's a literal process. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how long you've been in there because you've got your the pre-existing trauma that was there, the reason why you even entered the cult. And guys, it's so shocking. Like when I say to young people, like, oh, why, how did you, what was the reason? Why did you end up in there? Like, what was the thing that led? Oh my God, I'm hearing eating out of the great bar. Try to just say that's it, delete. Do you know what I mean? Like my mum unalived, and it's not even like normal situations where the parent unalived. Like it's traumatic ways. And these people are just not equipped to deal with the level of emotional maturity, intelligence, stability. Because when it comes to working with people, it's not only about understanding, it's about understanding and then overstanding to understand. Because when we're working with people, it's a human phenomenon. And that's why I nearly dropped out of my seat the other day when I see my cult leader using aura. I'm just like, why? Well, I thought aura was demonic. Guys, they're going to be trying to make the thing sound more spiritual and new agey. Remember, I said I do not endorse new age. That is also a new religious movement. It's no different from Christianity, all the rest of them. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I am just a free spirit. It comes from within. It's like my ancestral, unhidden, my ancestral hidden codes, DNA, that I'm my spiritual anatomy, biology that I'm trying to unlock and uncode myself. I don't follow any because all it is it's just the counts throughout history of different civilizations, different belief systems. That's all it is. Do you understand? You've got to go to find out your own lineage. For me, I still believe in Jesus Christ, but that might not be because we're all come from different tribes, different nations, different peoples. It's like, look at our DNA, the physical DNA. Imagine the spiritual DNA. If that just holds our DNA from all the different countries around the world, guys, imagine the spiritual DNA, the different belief systems over time. And come on, guys, like we've got to wake up, man. It's 2026. We got to get free from religion, man. Religion's done us no good, yeah. That's why they HATE women like me and call women like me witches. They were never witches. They were just women like me that came to threaten, you know, like structures and systems. They see us as like EVIL, these powerful, evil men. And the thing is, do you know the curse that's on these men that are like misogynists and patriarchs is that the truth is the woman that they demonize, women like me, drop dead gorgeous, intelligent, strong, whatever, they're the women that they could never get. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they demonize, they project, they whatever. That's why them guys on SMG TV were acting that way. Like I can't just go on anyone's podcast. It has to be a real man or a real person, like a real queen, a real king that can hold that space for me. They can't be insecure. Like that's what I mean by a proper masculine. like a masculine man. Do you understand? That isn't going to feel intimidated or insecure or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like with the SMG TV thing, like I'm talking about, like, you know, going out with rich men like ballers. Is it my fault? Is it my fault? These are the guys that are attracted to me. I don't go out looking for men. I'm not a pick me. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not my fault that these are the men that are attracted to me. They choose me. They come to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? And because you're driving your 2008 Vauxhall, and there's no problem, but when there's a problem is when I'm telling you about these rich guys that I'm going out with, and now you're projecting onto me because you're insecure and you're driving your Vauxhall. Or in the case of SPAC, your rented cars and your bad credit history, because that man might not be in Gucci or whatever. I don't even know the designers, whatever they do up, whatever designers, hey Mimi, whatever designers they're doing up, yeah. Come in, darling. They may not have that, but they've got good credit and they've got like a house. They've got a property in their name. Like they've got savings. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather that any day. I'd rather someone be on like 6 figures or even less. That's building something like legit than doing like fast things. Pass me one, please. Please split them equally because I'm on the live, darling. Thank you. Please split them equally. No, I need to use it a little bit more. Give me 10 more minutes. Sorry, guys. I was just responding to the kids that I don't have custody of. I'm so sorry. I'm just responding to the kids. You know, my kids' room is like a bespoke room. They said to me, they walked in my room one day and they said, Mummy, I want a room like yours. And my room's got like artwork on it. It's like a boudoir. Yeah. So I had to go and get these kids dressers, paint on their walls. Thank you, my love. Change their lampshades, get them all new furniture. Literally because they woke up one day because it's like, I'm that mum. And they've got the audacity. These gal them are in there. They've got youths by one pastor in SPAC, allegedly, and getting their backs blown out by another. They're all sleeping with each other. It's mad. And then they want to like have my kid's name in their mouth. Careful, because God don't play about my kids, boy. I remember the last pastor that was speaking on my kids, Bishop Richard. Bishop Richard, how's your kids? How's your grandkids? Tell them I said hello. Tell Linda I said hi. Tell the whole family that Leah said hello. You then just gonna learn to get my kid's name out your mouth. And if you don't learn, God's gonna send a tsunami. It's gonna swallow you all up. I just want people to understand that these church cults have absolutely no power. They're operating illegally in the spiritual realm. They have absolutely no power. I think that's my brother, you know, on a video call. Let me just quickly say hello, guys. 1 second. What is this group called? I can't even see it. Where's the group called? Wait, I'm on a live. But I just came to, I'm on a live, but I had to go. I know the broski was going to be here. You mad? No, I'm on a live with my people, my collective. Oh, man, they're talking about bouncing. No, I'm on a live with the collective. I got, love you, bro. Free up the bro, man. Free up the bro in the car. Are you mad? Free him up. Back. Call me back in 20 minutes. Love you. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to. Sorry, guys. That was just my bro that's locked up. They won't let him out. No. Was one of my broskies. So I had to just quickly answer that chair. That's what I'm saying. Like these guys, like we've got Toby doing up like American Gangster cosplay, and I got real like fam like riding real time, like doing real big birds like in the car. Like I got like several family members in that position right now. And then I see Toby. That's why don't give him power, guys. They're not a powerful organization. They don't have no spiritual power. That judge that they do is nothing. I've told you, like once the collective, especially with Bouncer, I've already sent like protection intention on Bouncer and everything because he's been doing work for us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they don't have any power. It's like it's little judge, like little ABC. It really, guys, when it comes to this kind of stuff, yeah, remember I told you spirituality is about light and dark. So if you're not woke, if you're religious, if you're going to be afraid and scared, because you have to be woke. You have to get the gnosis knowledge to be able to discern between what's evil and what's good, what's right and what's good. That comes through a personal relationship with God. And also, I think connecting through your spiritual DNA, your ancestry, you know what I mean? Like your lineage, man. That's why they unalive that part of yourself when you join these church cults, because they don't want you to remember like your ancestral lineage. Like that's where all the power comes, especially if you've got like matriarchs in your family, like women, do you know what I'm saying, who serve the community, like real queens, like matriarchs. I was raised by matriarchs. That's why I'm doing what I did today. It doesn't matter that I came from the hood, because they are the matriarchs. My nan was like the matriarch of Power Square. That's why I'm saying, talking about Diggity, I don't need to know Diggity, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? My nan is the matriarch of Power Square. Are you all right? All of the guys that are in their 50s and whatnot, are you having a laugh? The OOGs, like, babes. That's like, I'm a third generation Grove gal them in the car. Do you get it? Like, this is real outside in these streets. Anyway, I've gone on and on. I want to talk about how, and obviously everyone's excited, innit? Because like Bouncer's like the voice of the streets and whatnot. And so all the man them that know me from inside and whatever, oh, Leah, have you seen what Bouncer did? Because they know I'm exposing the church cults and, you know, it's been my ninjas, man. They've helped me through it, man. They really have, the advice and whatnot. And now that they're seeing like Bouncers hopped on it, whatever, the streets are talking, innit? So they're all like messaging me, oh, Bouncer. The man them are funny, chair. But big up Bouncer though for doing his thing, man. Big him up, man. Because I saw his videos before, but I didn't really know what he did until he started talking about SPAC. Because you lot know I'm tunnel vision. If you're not talking about church cults, I'm Blood Clark here. Because you know my goal is just taking down Dag, like just exposing the church cults. I ain't got time for nothing else. So it was the Shade Borough thing that I think it gripped my attention upon him, because I didn't really watch his stuff before. And then with the Shade Borough thing, I was thinking, they look like Christians. Let me watch this. So I started watching it more, because I thought the moment I hear him say that they're churchgoers, I'm gonna be on it. And then I saw the SPAC thing, and I was like, oh, he's a bit like me, but he does it with the drill artists and the rapping man them and all that, innit? That's what he does up, innit? And he exposes people and whatnot. So it's a good energy, man. It's what we need, because we don't need the BBC and all that. You get me? Like, Bouncer's the new guy. Like, do you get it? For like this thing, like ZZ Mills time is up. It's like Bouncer now. That's how I see it. Do you get it? So I'm very happy that he's jumped on the SPAC wave. You know, I'm not a beg. So we'll see how things go. But I'm happy to just be doing what I'm doing for the survivors. Anyone, you know, I'm no respecter of persons. If they're willing to help the collective, like, I'm on it, chair. All right. Yeah, that's great. Take care of yourself, queen. I like the entire aesthetic. I'm going to copy you. Yeah, girl. Babe, if you want to copy the exact hair, I'll give you all the hair I used. Because, girl, there's a special way I do it. It's a secret. And I was going to put it out, and I said, I'm not going to put it out to the common public. I'm only going to show the survivors, because I don't want everyone to have my hair. Just people like you, Miss Elrose. If anyone wants to know how I've achieved this style, because it's top secret, proper kitchen style, kitchen ghetto ass hair. But you know, that's the best hair. Like, they copy everything from the hood. Everything. That's why I'm so happy that as hard as it has been, because you know I'm used to being in the range, like having everything I want, getting taken care of, whatever. It's been tough. I can't lie to you, but this phase has allowed me to really tap into my creativity, and just like how, because the hood bitches, we're always it, man. Like, we have to survive. Like, we're so creative. Like, we don't have that money. Like, everyone, we're coming from the gutter. Like, that's what makes it special about us hood girls. Do you know what I mean? We'll always be special. So big yourself up, man. If you came from the barbed wire concrete jungle, if you're the rose that grew out of the concrete, you get me? Big yourself up, man. It's not easy. It's not easy to come out of that, man, and you're still standing. All right. I've been chatting for so long, for a whole hour. I haven't even got onto the point, yeah. Girl, you came back with a banger for real. Nails, hair, skin, accessories, everything is... Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you. I need you. You know I never remember the words by collective. I love you. I love you. Oh. And guys, soon, right above my headboard, there is going to be a bespoke portrait, hand drawn. with me and my husband, R.I.P. Jason McPherson, Justice for Biggs. So y'all gonna see it soon. All right. I don't know if I should put it in the living room. No, but it's too much explain. I'm already gonna have to explain to the kids. Chair. I don't know how I'm gonna explain to them. I'm just gonna say mummy's friend. All right. Oh my God, guys, Tony Braxton's coming on. All right, let me stay focused. You know it's my ADHD. You know, this is like the queen, the goat. All right, let me just do a little quick thing. I never know the words though. I never say to you and that of my heart, it's true. I never know the words. Myself, you know I want you so bad, baby, baby, baby. All night, I'm excited. All night, do it again and again, yeah, yeah. I want you so bad, baby, baby, baby. Queen Elite. Oh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise. Out me. So when the SPAC human fecal matter gal them wanna come and chat for me, just remember, babes, we're not on the same level because your gal, the queen, she, her, sounds like Tony Braxton. You know the legends, the greats. And you know what? I just want these church cults to get like so-called worldly women, Jezebels. Can you just get us out your mouth? Because we don't care. I don't even want a man. Like, I'm celibate. I'm not going to have another man. My great-grandmother, Margaret, when her husband unalived, when she was like 30, whatever, in her early 40s, she never had a man until the day she unalived. It's in my blood, bitch. That's why I said it's important to know your ancestors and whatever. But I can be sensual for myself. Why not? I want to feel good. I said, I don't mind men looking at me and worshiping me and adoring me. I'm not giving myself out cheaply because I'm not a pick-me. Why do you want to come for galdem? What makes it different? What the galdem that are cheap and selling themselves in these spaces? What makes them any better? From like a 304 in real life, they're all shotting themselves out. Are you all right? They're just religious 304s. I keep telling you lot, man. All right. So we're going to get into why this is triggering us as survivors. Oh, guys, let me just find where I'm coming in from. Collective healing and deprogramming. Oh, yeah, this is it. Baby, baby, take me away. I really want now. That's why I'm like, don't talk about my divorce. Like, don't talk about my love life. Don't talk about the man. Because if I want a man tomorrow, babe, I'll get a man tomorrow. Do you know how the man them get when I start singing in the bedroom? Are you all right, babe? Like, come on, let's not do that. I'm a superstar, I'm Beyonce. Remember when I told you I do my hair, all the Kent man them are going to be like, oh, Beyonce, I got it yesterday. Beyonce, where's your security? All of that. Oh, please. I never have to beg for bread, baby. Never had to beg for bread a day in my life. And there's never been a ninja that's said he done with me. Can't get out with me. You know them ones. I've never been discarded by a ninja, sorry. Always been the one that left first. Always the one to get away. No that in a real life. Okay. So let's look at why we're feeling this deep trauma, guys, as a result of this SPAC Nation exposure. So the collective impact of the cultic exposure, let's get into it. Exposure of SPAC Nation is not just triggering SPAC survivors. It resonates across survivor communities. And I'm going to do some content on this, guys, so don't worry. I'm just doing it now so that it's on YouTube. It will be on YouTube and it will be on Insta. So you can go and rewatch it. And I'll tell you where this bit starts in the comment section as well. Shared trauma goes across many cults and churches and high control religious settings, and they employ identical coercive tactics. And that's why it triggers us collective, because we're witnessing the same abusive patterns, which activates memories of similar oppression in other contexts. So remember, I was saying the SPAC thing, it triggers me because my boyfriend was unalived by the police, and it's the same like systematic injustice. And it's not that they're bad, and it's not about that. It's the fact that these guys are looking for help, looking for a way out. There's, you know, so many exit signs, but they can't see a way out. In the words of Nas, like the roads is a real like they really feel like they're getting help. That's why it hits harder, because that's where I come from. Like, these are my brothers. As a black woman, like, these are my brothers. Like, it hurts my soul. Like, my brothers are lucky because they were raised by queens, but there's not many men that were, man, especially our black kings. It's so sad. So that's why I do just want to dedicate myself, like, almost like as this mother, because as I get older, I'll have like locks. It will be more of like a serious look. I just want to be like this mother for the black guys, the community, like just like a mother. That's what I want to be. You know, I think that there's a lot of, like, we used to have women like this, you know, back in the day, and there still are women like this. But I think that there's like an awakening happening, because we've been like very male centered, and there's been a lot of like intersectional, systematic, social structures that have just demonized us and ripped us to shreds, really. Do you know what I mean? So anything that's about our African spirituality, heritage, whatever, they've just stole it from us because they don't want us to be that powerful. When they enslaved us, it wasn't just about the gold, guys. That's what they want you to believe. They stole our black magic. They stole our hidden, like, gnosis knowledge that was passed down, and they packaged it in different ways. That's why you see an eclectic mix. Eclectic just means like different, like a mixture, like a pick a mix. That's what eclectic means, like a pick a mix of different things. And that's why you see in the black church, they like to call them black churches, you know, you get the drumming, like that's from a lot of the ancestral ritualistic African spiritual ancestral ritualistic dance practices that they used to use for divination and to connect with ancestors, etc. And it's used in the same way, but like as worship to the cult leader. There's even songs, their prophet precious to us, your word and us seen by us, and we are just saying thanks, we love you, we thank you, we really appreciate you. We love that. That's the song we used to sing to our prophet. So he'd be standing there, Prophet Dag, and be like, "Dear prophet, precious." This is a choir, a mass choir of 200 people. Your words, they are seen by us, and we are just saying thanks. And that was actually an original song from the Wesley High School in Ghana. This is in case I have any first lovers, bottom B, D riding 304s on the live. Just to let you know that was the Wesley High School, their anthem. And then they changed it to add prophet in there. I love the Lord Jesus Christ. So, and they might not want to hear my message, but it's the message of the Lord. Drop out that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Oh, you know, Lauren, just this. Watch out. Some guys are only drop out. You know, it sounds easy. Oh my God. Lauryn Hill is a blood clot legend. Guys, if I ever did my music again, I would love to just do like, you know, Lauryn Hill. That's the vibe. I would want to be like a British Lauryn Hill. And guys, I'm not a fan, and I always want to be myself, this, that, and the third. But bitch, Lauryn Hill, my music will be like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu. I want to put Cleo in there, but I feel like Cleo, those greats have inspired her. Oh, thank you, Tasia. So I want to take it back to the greats, like the Whitney Houston, the Toni Braxtons, the Erykah Badu. Like, that's going to be the vibe of my sound. You know what I mean? Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to hit with somebody. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. I've heard a lot as well that I look like a young Whitney, like when I have my natural hair in this exact same style. Oh my God, the playlist. No, come on, you lot. Woo! Who knows this one? Oh, I. Woo! So I creep, oh, I. Oh, 90s was the best era. That's why I got stuck in time. I'm not going to lie, but the Lord God kept me chair because time stopped for me in '07. But bitch, if there couldn't have been a better time, the 90s and the 2000s, I'm still relevant. I'm still blood clot relevant. Are you all right? The Y2K, the 90s, are you all right? My daughter's wearing all of the stuff. Yeah. You know, I'm keeping my wardrobe for my kids, you know. I'm keeping all of my like special, all my vintage pieces because I just got a feeling, man. You know, especially the younger one. Guys, what is going on? Let me get back into the message after that. Thank you, Miss L. Rose. I see you. All right. Affection. Don't it make you kind of want to move like that though? Just keep it on the down low. Oh my God, this reminds me of what's going on in SPAC. Because you know, allegedly Pastor Toby's been blowing out Absol's back. I can't put up no pictures because guys, when I tell you, they cannot know like who I'm connected to, who I know, or anything. I don't want them to know a damn thing, man. So I'm not sharing no background. I gotta make sure it's edited right before chair. Do you know what I mean? But you know, the man them just want to chat to me as well. There's also that, and they know it. So my creep. You know, like the SPAC brothers, I feel sorry for y'all. Y'all don't know whether you want to unalive me or if you want to just flip me over. Y'all don't know. Y'all never seen this before. It's dangerous. It's feminine. Y'all never seen it. These little boy, you know, these suckers, like all these guys, like my bread and butter back in the day. Do you know what I mean? They just get when I come on the screen, yeah, you can't get enough of Leah, baby. And the best part about it is, I don't want y'all dusty 304 ass. All right. So there's this shared trauma, there's the collective triggers. So we're witnessing abuse patterns, which activates memories of similar oppression in other contexts. So I want to emphasize that feeling triggered is a natural nervous system response, not a weakness. But guys, remember in these settings, we've been told how to feel, when to feel, when we can cry, when we can't cry, when we can do this, when we can do that. Remember, guys, we haven't been allowed to feel. And some of you might have had comorbid traumatic experiences from childhood where you may not have been allowed to feel, express emotions, etc. So I have second gen survivors who are coming from really extreme cultic backgrounds to the point where they've just got so many layers of the onion, but they haven't been able to feel, to talk, to express. So, you know, guys, there were times when I was just crying my eyes out on the pillow. Obviously, if you need to get professional help where you're feeling like I can't do it anymore, you feel like you're going to harm yourself or others, I would always say call 999, present yourself at A&E, go onto the NHS website, call a trusted friend, a trusted family members, call Samaritans. I would always say to do that. But if it's a thing where it's the emotions that are coming out and you're feeling like it's like post-traumatic stress disorder more so, do you know what I mean, where the traumatic past, the recollection of the memories are surfacing and you are getting triggered by that, then that's different. Allow yourself to feel, because guys, you know, healing, when I think about healing, I think about rivers, I think about water. And that's why I really like the rain. You know, when it started raining when I came on the live earlier, I was like, oh my God, this is so fitting. Hey, Laurie, it's so fitting for now, you know, just this healing space. Because, guys, this is a rebirth. I've just come out of a really tough hermit kind of phase where I wasn't online. I had to do that because I had to also show these bitches, like, I don't need to be online. I'm a whole superstar. You all right, babe? Are you okay? When I walk down the street, I don't walk, I drive. But when I walk down the street, if I want to go and walk the dogs, I want to go and walk to my little corner shop, every car's turning, babe. Everyone wants some of this. I'm not bereft. Baby, I could wear a black bin liner and I still look good. I could do my own hair and it looks like celeb. That's what I'm saying. I don't need, like the spackers, they need to have on like the £1,000 top. They need to have on the £3,000 lace wig. They need to have the Balenciaga bag and fit to feel good, to feel, I am the Balenciaga. I am the model. I look like a Renaissance painting. I look like a goddess, the Mona Lisa. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're insecure. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they have a poverty mindset. So the gal them in SPAC are dripped in the designer and the wigs. And without the wig, without the makeup, without all of that, it's just a mess. It's a giving a football player in drag. All right. So when it's all stripped back, just with what God has given me, because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in his image, in my natural essence, I'm beautiful. I don't need the wig. I don't need the makeup. So you spackers, you ain't got human fecal matter on me, from Mariam to Toby's wife to sounds like it's all an MESS in there. No one can touch me, not intellectually, not educatively, not on an academic level, not on a looks level, not on a singing level, and not on anything level, baby. It's just, do you know what I mean? And that's why you mad, because you built like your dad. Do you know what I mean? Like stop. And let me tell you something, yeah? You see, I'm telling you now, because I'm going to speak to them in a way they're going to understand me. Listen to me and listen to me well. If and when I start telling certain stories and it involves former SPAC members that you lot knew, if you lot then go and start harassing them, I'm just going to take it to the streets at that point. I just don't give a shit. Do you know why? Because you lot think you're too bad. You're acting like you have all these connections. I'm sick and tired of it. It's pissing me off. The way you lot are moving is like some mobster gangland. So I'm just going to deal with you like that. I swear to God. I swear on God. I match energy. As I said to you, I don't need to be this, that, and the third. I just need to go. I don't care. Restrict it. Get me lock off. Me not care. Me not blood clot care. Let me tell you something, yeah? All I have to do is go to any hood, from Kenneton to friggin' Peckham to anywhere, Clapham, anywhere, any blood clot wear, baby. Just in this gown. I don't even need to be dressed. Just in this gown, crying my eyes out. All of the man them are going to be fighting to save and help me, babe. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. And just like how Toby, I'm not doing anything to, why are you coming at me? Toby's using unstable brothers who have got screws loose to do his bidding. Why can't I go into the hood and choose the guy with the most screws loose to come and do what I need him to do? Why is that different? Why is that different? Why is that different to what Toby's doing, huh? Look at what they tried to do to Vic Santora's brother. Who's that girl? Put more on there. I don't care, bruv, because if they're intimidating my survivors and doing this, that, and the fact, I'm just going to take it to the streets at this point, because I don't care. I do not care. Because if survivors are dealing with what they're dealing with and they're going through what they're going through, at that point, I'm just going to come online and cry so all the man them can see, because I've had enough. Maybe you lot need some real gangsters to come into the car. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, have conversations. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to get the OGs from the community that really care, because I know as well, I know some OGs who's like, they've lost their nephew, their sons to like police brutality, to gang violence, you know, the older OGs. I think I'm just going to make a call and be like, you know, just go down there for me. Just go down there and just have a conversation with them. Like what is it? Because maybe we need to get the OGs, because you know the OGs, they're a bit more mature, but they've got that energy, like it's not that in it. It's absolutely not that. But I think we need to get the OGs. I think I'm going to do a video like appealing to the OGs as well, because obviously I know some. But that's what I think. I think the OGs need to get involved now, man, because the OGs, they run the ends, like they run the hoods. Like, let's hear their voices, because Toby's trying to say like he's some black, like, you're nothing. You're not a community leader. You don't represent none of us, bro. Like, stop saying it. Because when I get the OGs to start coming in the cut and telling you, that's why Bouncer, because Bouncer's a bit young. He's younger than I thought, but do you know what? He's a king. So I'm going to put him in that category. So like Bouncer, that's why we needed people like him, like OGs, to come in the cut. Because although Bouncer's still young at 36, he moves like an older man. Because when I heard he was 36, I was like, Ross Clark. I thought my man was like maybe 44, not because of how he looks, just his stature. But man like that, that's what I'm saying. That's rare. It's like me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like real, recognized real. When you've been through things, like there's people their whole lifetime, they've never been through the things that man like me and Bouncer have been through. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put him in that phase, and I'm sure he knows. That's why he's talking to the OGs like I am. He's talking to them and he's saying like, rah, like, how can you be letting this go on in the hood? Like, how can you be letting it go on in the ends? And it's true, because it affects all of our communities. What is it going to take for your cousin or for it to be this person? We're all one, man. We're all one, mankind, one humankind, all the same. We all bleed the same red blood share. And that's why we're feeling it, because collectively we've dealt with the same thing. It may not be SPAC, but you start to think about, because it's even like TK's account, like it was so difficult to watch. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody's still struggling, like to this day, including myself. I was literally, guys, yesterday night, I was literally like, to God, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just cannot do it. It was like, I cried myself to sleep. And that's why it's like, I'm a woman with nothing to lose. Because when Jason unalived, I unalived too inside. And death, it doesn't scare me. Queen Ange in the car, it doesn't scare me, because that's the only way I can be reunited with the love of my life. That's the only way that we can get back together. Don't you see? It's when I unalive. It's good. I'm gonna meet him on the other side. It's like a real life sinners thing, guys. Oh God, you know what? I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not. Do you know what I mean, Miss Elroy? So when they threaten my life with unalivement and curses, it's like, baby, I wish they had the power. I remember being angry and sad with God. Like, I wish, because if they were really saying who they were, I would have already been unalive by now, and they would have been able to do me a favor. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So I've got to ride it out. But if you think that threatening me with unalivement, this, that, and the fact, babe, make it easier for me. Most of the days, I'm just trying not to take myself out, babe. I'm on all different types of meds. Do you know what I mean? I haven't come out unscathed. I've got borderline personality disorder. I've got ADHD, I'm sure. I've got the autistic assessment, complex personality disorder. It's just, I got a plethora. That's why I can't even date again, because these man them can just sit down. I tried it. The guys think, the man them think I'm stupid. Like, they sit down and watch me in their lives, and they just come like some angel, like I'm dumb, like I'm not a spiritual individual. So for me, it's just not on the cards. And I said that I knew I would have to sacrifice, because the way I date, the way I'm a mysterious girly. You lot have never seen me a day in your life. I'm not bait. I'm too beautiful to be bait. I don't need to be online. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be. Gal like me don't need to be online. What the hell? What the helly? Kept woman, bitch. So anyway, collective, I just love you with my heart and soul. All right, we're in this like till the day I unalive. These destructive cults, people are truly ignorant of the level of damage. Yeah, they are. That's why I'm her with my bright blonde hair. Do you get what I'm saying? Got me feeling so high. This reminds me of Elliot. This reminds me of my boy, R.I.P. Floppy. Guys, he was this big, like 6'2", like beast. Yeah, but he was so lovely. He was like, that's why I called him Floppy, because he was all over the place. I'm sure he was maybe autistic or ADHD or something. Maybe ADHD. And he unalived, you know, on the ped. He didn't strap his helmet. It was devastating. All right. So we understand now that this is like a shadow collective trauma thing, yeah? So we know that this response is very natural, and it's actually good when you're crying, when you're letting it out, when you're feeling traumatized, when you're remembering. You have to remember to release. That's part of what EMDR, you know, that what is it? What does EDMR stand for again? Is it eye desensitization movement? Something like that. It's that therapy that they use, and they kind of take you back in the past, and it feels very real, like it's happening now in real time. So that's healing. It's good. So let's look at Freud. Let's look at the iceberg analogy. Let's look at the conscious mind. So what we see and think and we understand. So the pre-conscious, that's the memories and the knowledge just below awareness. Then we have the unconscious. That's the buried trauma, the forbidden emotions, internalized guilt and shame. That's what we say when we say people are moving out of projection. Because if they've got an unconscious bias where their ex-husband ran off with a beautiful blonde-haired girl that looks like me, I could step in the church and that first lady is just angry. She just hates me. And it's because I remind her of the mistress that her husband ran off with. That's because of the unconscious mind, the buried trauma. Instead of her dealing with the emotions, a bit like Sasha Elise, they just come and cover it. Yeah. And that's why women like that I have to like expose, because it's the hyper religiosity, it's the trauma wrapped, masked and covered in hyper religiosity. So they haven't dealt with the unconscious buried trauma, and they internalize the guilt and shame, and they project it onto others instead of dealing with it. All right. That's where the ideologies of projection have grown and come from, the different Freudian, Jungian ideological perspectives that have moved and grown into psychology as we know it today. So then we've got exposure of abuse acts like a tidal wave on the iceberg, surfacing suppressed experiences. Pain is a signal of healing, not harm. Emphasize emotional catharsis as part of recovery. So that emotional state, that catharsis, when you're there and you're crying yourself to sleep, or you're, you know, tears on my pillow, na, 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 over you, tears on my pillow. I used to sing that song to myself as I was crying. Oh my God, when this film gets made about our collective, guys, it's gonna be, guys, my life has been a movie, jail. Oh my God. But you know what I've realized? Like, God has actually saved me. Like, every time, the only one that God actually allowed me to be with was my ex-husband. But I think that's because he knew I wasn't going to be able to tolerate him after a certain time. So I would leave at a certain point. Because God, the man them, like, guys, the man them who were like ballers, like the ones who could have really changed my life. Yeah. Woo! It's like just saved by the bell. I was definitely meant to do this anyway. Sorry, I just started thinking about something just then. Yeah. All right. So is everybody understanding that if you imagine the iceberg, you've got, guys, I'm going to get my flip chart and pen out soon and everything. So you've got the tip of the iceberg, which is here. Then everything underneath it. Did you know that the iceberg is really massive? The actual iceberg that we don't see is unearthed and it's hidden. It's hidden beneath the surface, the lower parts of the water. So we just see the tip, yeah, which is the frost. It's that part that frosts over on top. Okay, so the whole ideology around that iceberg perspective is that you've got the different layers. Do you get what I'm saying? And you've got like the unconscious part of the psyche, which is, that's all the buried hidden trauma. So that's the part of the iceberg that we can't see, and that's the stuff we need to heal. So now, as I know that the collective are ready, we're going to start moving into healing, creating physical safe spaces now to do the survivor link ups, because I just don't think people are going to make it if we don't do it, Jaya. And I just got to bloody well do it myself, because there's just nothing out there. And I think I need it as well. We all need it. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're building our own community. We're building our own, social safe space. What does that look like? As the collective, what does that mean for us? What does it look like? Because guys, we could literally just rent like a little space, like a warehouse space. We could put nice fairy lights in there, like do it up, like make it our own space where we could just come, listen to music, vibe. Because I actually believe in healing through frequency of music. And as I took that week off, or it might have been a bit more, to reflect and go within, so that I could understand, to understand, to overstand, which was what I was able to do. And part of that inner standing and overstanding was coming to the realization that I have healed myself through healing frequencies through music. Okay, so I want to create a space where we can do that for the collective together. And I know that the collective are very passionate about music. There's a lot of like musicians and artists and creatives that get recruited into these spaces. But I had a SPAC survivor at my yard last week, yeah, and her playlist, oh my God. And I'm such a funny person. Like, the only other playlist, there's another survivor, she knows who she is, that I could just like let just play her music, and it was amazing. And I'm being introduced to like all of the, like the young people artists. Is it Coy Leray and that, like, all them young, like, they got some good tunes, some of these young, these YNs share. So it's been refreshing, it's been healing. But there is a need now, because now with the SPAC survivor, it's looking like kind of like a Sunday thing, where the survivors coming round to mine and we're chilling and we're vibing and it's helping. So I do want to open up the space to more survivors, and possibly if it works at a kind of like at a level with small group of survivors, and we can kind of pilot it and run out what we'll be delivering, will be amazing, because then we can look at crowdfunding for a space. I want something that's either outdoorsy or warehousey. I don't want anything that feels like a church, a community hall. It has to be like a special space, like something different that we can do up and just make really, really magical and special. I want it to almost feel like a cove, like a treasure cove, like an experience, like when you come in, because that's what my home gives. Like when you come in, you feel like you're in a different place and space, and there's a lot of healing energy. So I would love, this is the kind of stuff that I want to do, guys. And I have been keeping a lot of things secret and this and that, but now that we're off the runway, I'm trying to tell you guys this, because the name of our CIC is Hold the Hope. So please do hold the hope. We are getting closer, we are getting stronger. Woo. Okay, so back onto the iceberg. So you get what I'm saying. All of the trauma is hidden. It's been beneath the surface, and so when people don't deal with it, there's very dangerous repercussions. Or even on the beach, like water. Yeah, that would be lovely. We're gonna do all of that, Miss Rose. We're gonna be out in nature. You're so right, because we were out. We were inside so much, and that's why I wanted that kind of like warehouse feet vibe, or something that, oh, I just said something that leads into the garden, guys, and I saw a space. But guys, it is going to be a bit far out, but I think that if we can do things that's a bit more in the countryside, I think it would actually be good for our mental health, because me living in the country, there's a different energetic space and aura, like I don't know, energy with the countryside. It's not as ingested, because you know, in London it's very like a lot of cars, a lot of high rise. You can't really see the sky unless you're living on, like, you know, like a big block, or like, and even then I don't really like that high rise view from the sky. I prefer it from a house down, looking up and just having the whole sky in my periphery view. So guys, you know, this is going to be about getting into nature. Miss Coco in the cut. You need to go on a hill and scream. Yeah. And I've got a hill, you know, Tasia. You lot are coming up with some good ideas. Shit. Yeah, we need to do that. I've got a hill, Tasia. Girl, nature is so healing. I take walks regularly now because of you, and I feed birds. Oh my God, Jay, I love you. Jay, do you know what? That's just confirmed it. We need to go and feed the birds together. Because I said to the kids today, I had some French bread, and I said I'm going to keep this because my favorite birds are crows, ravens, and magpies. So I said to my kids, we're going to go out and feed them. And where I am, I get loads of ravens and magpies. I'm so lucky. But it was raining. So I said, we're going to do it tomorrow. But Jay, you know, there's this girl on TikTok, and she's has all the green birds, and they all like fly on her head and her fingers. And that's what I want to be like the bird lady. That's what I'm saying. I don't need a man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to make friends with the birds. I want them to like nest in my hair, like sit on my hair. I want birds. I want to be like the real Dorothy Doolittle. Do you know what I mean? Like, have them on my fingertips and sing to the birds. Like a real life Disney princess. So Jay, let's go and feed the birds. So guys, I'm gonna inquire about this spot, yeah, because I don't think it would trigger us, and it leads right into nature. I used to have a bunch of Parisies come to my window. Oh, that is so lovely. Well, anyway, anyone who wants to feed the birds, I mean, I think it's wonderful getting into nature, feeding the birds, just being amongst the grass, grounding your feet. And guys, it helps so bloody much. I'm not even joking. And music, healing through frequencies. They've said it's evil, but babe, when you're feeling like you want to go and you can't be here anymore, why are you going to begrudge yourself of putting on a frequency that could help your blood clot? All you're doing is laying in your bed depressed anyway. Just put on the blood clot frequency. It's going to help to heal your brain. It's helped me, Jay. But don't worry, guys. All of these, the healing spaces that we're going to start, I think I'm just going to call it healing spaces. The healing spaces that we're going to start, the drop-in, all of the stuff, 2026, we're kicking off from now, because it's just crisis point at the moment. But from, you know, March next year, it's going to be well and truly kicked off. But we don't have the funding yet. We ain't got none of that. We're just doing up grassroots, just off our own back for the moment, because desperate times call for desperate measures. We're just going to share what we have, the little that we have as a collective, and we're going to make it happen, guys, because the little can become much. The little can become much. And, you know, I don't want to trigger people, but it makes me think about, you know, when Jesus turned the water to wine, because it's symbolic. And when he took, you know, the breadcrumbs, the bread, and broke it, and it is symbolic. You know, our little can be much. Our little can go far. All right, guys, I think I'm going to start. Oh my God, is that the time? 3:30, guys. I've got to start going now. What I'm going to do is just go through the Jungian bit. Then when I come back later, we're going to go through the neuroscience of trauma and recovery. So I'll do that. I might do like a little twilight session. I don't know, but at a certain point today, I will do another session, my loves. And I've got a survivor coming in, so it'll be double energy, like double powerful energy for the live. All right, so let's look at the Jung shadow and collective trauma work. So the shadow is the parts of ourselves we hide to survive. And can you imagine if you've been in that survival mode for so long and you've been hiding your true authentic self? That's what makes people get sick, That's why we get a lot of like autoimmune diseases, cancers, whatever. It manifests into that. So a lot of survivors, they just church cult hop with all of their mental health, their trauma, their all of the trauma building up in their body that turns into cancers and stuff like that, and they just unalive young. They drop in like flies in there, but you don't clock it. You don't clock that people are unalive and young. They're not having long. It's the pastors, the EVIL ones that are siphoning us all, taking all our money. They got the big bellies. They stuff their face with food off the back of our money whilst we starve and we don't eat. And they live into their 80s, all of these pastors, because they're living the good life. They're getting proper food. They're not eating genetically modified food like us. They don't have to drink McDonald's. They don't have to eat McDonald's and drink rubbish food. You know, these monks and these men, they even have women like chefs who will cook for them in the cults, because Dagwood Wills, my cult leader, he didn't like food out like takeaway, so we used to have to cook the food for him, and then all the traveling ministers from Ghana, the high ranking ones, would be like that. So I was like cooking food, like, you know, peanut soup and just all we did chof, we did soups, we did like bare different dishes, and then we would have to like wrap up the dishes because they want it like proper home cooked. That is a really triggering memory. Okay. You know, I'm just seeing myself peeling all the onions and it's really triggering me. That's why I had to move from that old house, because it just had so many memories. It was like my house was used for the church. The pastors were always in my house because I was really close to them. It just had bad vibes, bad energy from my marriage, bad, like, I needed a fresh start. It's just bad vibes. So, guys, so please do get out into nature. Guys, don't get put off when it's raining. I don't know what's in that. Them guys, the rain is that's rain clouds from heaven. Are you all right? Whatever's on the other side is falling on us. It's like a blessing. But what they've done is unity. Yay. But what they've done is they've made us, that's why they've created the social systems and constructs to make us materialistic, want all the designers, the expensive cars, this, that, and the third. Because the real richness is in like the rain, the land, the grass. Like I was thinking the other day when I was grounding myself in the garden, and I was thinking, when I had my feet in the grass, I was like, this is why God created grass. Like the whole of the world was supposed to be covered in grass because we didn't need shoes. We were just supposed to walk amongst the ground, like with grass. There's still people to this day that are in, you know, like villages, like Amazon, whatever. They're just walking with their feet because that's how God created, gave us feet to walk. And the grass is so soft. Why do you think grass is made like that? For our feet. For the softness of our feet. I bet grass even has properties to make our feet or our skin smooth or something, man. I bet people just used to roll around in the grass with nothing on. This is what I'm saying. It's like our freedom has been stripped from us because of religion. It's all religion's fault. That's it. And we need to get back into just the hippie life, you know, just loving life, rolling around in the grass amongst the Davies with nothing on. Like, that's what I'm about, guys. That's the life I want. If you feel like you're part of that collective, you just want to be rolling around amongst the field of daisies with beautiful music playing, beautiful, you know, instruments, orchestras, saxes, all different types of beautiful instruments and tones and frequencies, watching a beautiful sunset, and then watching the starlit sky and the beautiful moonlight cascading and reflecting off our cheek. You know, the other day I had some survivors here, and there's a beautiful field near where I live, and we went out and we just looked at the starlit sky. It was just all bare. And I've got a lovely space where when I start doing the healing spaces at my home with the collective that I know, we'll go into that field and we're just drawing from the energy, that star energy. Do you know what I mean? Just that those properties, just like, you know, they say that sun has the vitamin D, the natural vitamin D that helps you, the sun. Yeah, there's got to be, there is, when we look into the neuroscience and the metaphysics of the energy that comes through the stars. There's no coincidence that the pyramids are precisely built with absolute precision to sit underneath the Orion's belt. The stars, it carries energy, they're portals. So we'll get into all of that, guys, because as I'm getting more into the metaphysics and the, you know, inner standing spirituality and what that looks like for me and what that means for me, I will be sharing more as and when I learn. Interesting. Oh, I'd love to go to Egypt. That would be my dream. I'd love to go to Egypt. I want to go to Egypt and I want to look like in the pyramids, and I want to do my hair like, all, you know, like just look like an Egyptian goddess. So like what I'm going to do is like be still, and people will think that it's a real goddess, and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm just joking. I'm a real person. I'm not a goddess. They might confuse me for Cleopatra, guys, so I'm not going to go with the black her. Because I'm just going to get arrested. Do you know what I mean? For looking like Cleo. Yeah, Cleopatra girl. I can't go, babe. I can't even do the fringe with the black because it's going to be all over. Yeah. But I am going to go there with my blonde locks and just, you know, against the pyramids. Like, oh, I just can't wait, man. Yeah. That's going to be powerful, man. Ooh, imagine getting jewelry and stuff from there. Oh, God, I can't wait. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You know, the thought of it is arousing me. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't need a man, because Egypt isn't expensive. You know, man, them will be sitting in the cuts. Is that it? Just Egypt? Yeah, that is it. That is it, bitch. But it's because I'll pay for it myself. I don't need a man. All right, let's get back onto this Jungian shadow work. So let's look at what the collective unconscious is. So it's the shared trauma among communities and survivors. And this explains why multiple survivor groups feel the same waves. So the shared collective trauma, I'm going to liken this to soldiers. And that's where Van der Kolk started to develop his work around PTSD. It was around his study of the soldiers, I think from World War II, that he coined post-traumatic disorder. And like there's like, you know, a veterans federation, there's like a community when they all come together, it resonates because they've been on the battlefield, they've been on you know, the front line, whatever. They share in that trauma. They've seen people getting unalived in front of them. Just like the hood, there's like a shadow collective trauma from people getting unalived by the police, people getting unalived from, you know, other rival gangs, people going to jail, like people snitching and doing this. There's so much collective trauma that we experience. So it's like a certain language that we speak. Similarly, with us as survivors, there's a certain language that we only speak because we've experienced this collective shadow trauma. So when I say things like when a man rob from God, yes, with his tithes and offerings, he will rob from God. Everyone relates because we know that's how the tithing mogs and pastors be doing up on the daily, on the blood clot daily. We can all relate to the invisible blessings being sold. Can we not? Can we not? So there's certain abuses and cult tactics and characteristics that they've been doing up. That's what makes us connect energetically. So when one's down, we're all down because we're sharing in that collective trauma. It happened to us. It may not be our cult. So all those SPACs getting exposed, you do realize that there are women from different cults, the same things happening. Do you think that that woman that Pastor Sam put his hands on and fractured her skull, bust her lip and got black eyes, that she had to be in the hospital for a week allegedly, do you think that's the only woman that our pastors put their hands on? Do you think that's the only woman that's come forward to me? Do you think it's the only women that are getting essayed in SPAC? No. And Bouncer exposing it and putting it out there, it represents all of us, bro. We're all in this, the struggle, the fight together. We are the collective. Not only did we survive the barbed wire concrete, but we then survived the Titanic. Are you mad? Put some MF respect on our name, man. We survived the Titanic like we're going under. God's saying, do you trust me? We're saying, yes, I trust you. We sunk on that ship, bitch. And then we got our life jackets and the lifeboats. Swimming for their life. Are you all right? In freezing cold conditions. Lord God Almighty. The only way I can describe coming out of these cults is like being on the Titanic. I did it on the post when they're at the tip. And it's like God is saying, do you still trust me? That's what God is asking you today. If you still believe yourself, if not God, your higher self. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's the beauty of this. But God is saying, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Then take my hand. This is the real faith, guys. We walk by faith and not by sight. That's what's scary. Not knowing what's going to come tomorrow, not knowing how you're going to handle the trauma, the healing. But you got to trust God through it, man. Or trust yourself. Trust God or trust self. And this is a part of the deconstruction and deprogramming and also claiming your power back. A part of it is trusting yourself and knowing yourself and saying, do you know what? I trust myself to go on this journey of healing and that I'm going to be okay. Thank you, Miss L Rose. You're a queen too. I'm going to be okay because I trust myself. But that process of learning to trust yourself is also a journey in itself. Okay, that part is also a process and a journey. So as you're crying on your pillow, tears out of my bed over you, it's all a part of the process. Crying is good. When you cry, think about rain. Rain comes to refreshen, rejuvenate, to help the plants grow. I hope my little princess fed, we're calling the plant Amelia Rose. Is it Amelia Rose? No. It's Sephora Rose. Sephora Rose. Because that plant is still going strong, chair. My huge plant. So just a little food for thought. All right, don't see the healing process. The emotions are good. Feeling angry, feeling like you want to cry, and for some, it's part of, like the universe's way of like pushing you to kind of like even speak your truth, because the truth shall set you free. And on that note, guys, I think I'm gonna leave for now. I will be back later, I promise, even if it's just a quick one. So I'm just gonna end with this. I want to emphasize that the idea of the collective shadow movement, which is what we are, is healing. It's healing together. It transforms individual and communal trauma. So we are healing as a collective. Energetically, we're on the same, I don't know. I suppose we are on the same timeline though, innit? Because we're on this journey together now, innit? So instead of like bed rotting or whatever, we're bed rotting and talking about the corner. We're bed rotting and talking about the cult. We're depressed and we're on YouTube and talking about the cult. I think that my hair's so good because I feel like it's like madness, like me, and like like I just love it. Because why is madness like a negative? Because all of the geniuses were mad. Einstein, to name a few. That's why when they were all calling me mad and stuff, I was like, oh, thanks. My God. Einstein, did you see him? He used to have his hair. The same man that you lot are calling mad, you can't pass your GCSEs, babes, if you're not learning about Einstein and physics and all of that. Are you all right? So I don't mind. It's this world. You got to know yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to be really, really confident. Just think the sun shines out of your derriere. Guys, you got to, because this world is EVIL. You got to bring the frequency up, man. It's a low frequency here, so you got to bring it up. It doesn't matter what your life is. You can have, heaven is a mindset. Like you can make your life magical. Like I always say to my kids, girlies, you've got a magical mummy. I'm like, oh God, look at the sun. Look at the sun. Look at the sky. Oh my God, it's a pink sky today. And my daughters will be calling me, Mummy, there's a pink sky. Like we really do joy in the best things in life are free. Now that I've discovered what you mean to me. Oh yeah, best things in life are free. Now that I discovered what you mean to me. So the best things in life are free. The best things in life are free. So get your backside into nature, chair. It doesn't cost a thing. Going into nature don't cost a blood clot thing. That's why God gave us the sun and the stars and the moon and the sky and the earth. Because it doesn't cost a thing. No matter where they put you, bro, even in jail, you can look outside and draw from the sky. That's why God will never leave nor forsake you. It's in nature. The sky. You always know a God's there. There's something there. There's something up there. God will never leave nor forsake you. Man cannot live off bread and bread alone. So tap in. Get tapped in. Don't tap out. Tap the in. Because that's the only way we're going to survive. You can't do it with the Bible alone. You can't start with the Bible because we were traumatized through that. So get your backside into nature. As I said, then when you feel more comfortable, go and take your Bible, your Quran, whatever it is, whatever book you're doing up, go and take it in the park, the field, on your garden, on your balcony. Wow. Stick your head out the blood clot window. That's what I do. When I'm severely depressed, I just stick my head out of the window, especially if it's raining. Guys, there is a healing energy in raining. So when it rains. So when you go out, just go in the rain. Remember I was doing the dancing in the rain. Go and dance in the rain. Be a kid again. Heal your inner child. When I see a rainbow, no matter where I am, I pull up the car, I start dancing in the street. The kids get out, they start filming me, taking the pictures. I'm just trying to love every moment of life, like just the little things in life, like just what God has given us, and that is what has healed my soul. Because I haven't been bitter. I've tried to like see the silver lining. I try to see like the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's how we've got to be, guys. That's how we've got to be. Because nobody ain't going to do it for us. The police don't care about us. The government don't care about. They don't give a damn. Yeah. They're actually, some of them are actually unaliving our black men. Do you get it? Like I've experienced that. That's why I haven't done the movement like how Rachel Rain's doing it up. Do you know what I'm saying? With like authority and law. And I know that's not going to work. They don't care about us. We are a grassroots community interest company. We are the collective. Do you understand what I'm telling you? We are a collective. It's led by survivors, run by survivors. That's what we're about. And that's how we take our power back. Yeah. We're facing ourselves too. That is so deep, Queen Rose. Absolutely. We're facing ourselves and we're facing the trauma, aren't we? We're facing the trauma of, oh God, look how good that looks. I should have done it like that from the start. What do you like? Oh, that foreplay. What do you like? Oh, whatever. You say my, oh my. Because I have to do this sometimes because I just feel like some of the brothers, they just don't get any central energy. And do you know that like central energy actually helps men's mental health? That's why a lot of the guys in marriages, they're having affairs because it's that central energy. They walk, because don't get it twisted. These gal them that are out there, like 304, some of them are the nicest gal them. They've got pure hearts. They can siphon the energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's just nothingness. From the wives, they just don't get anything. But anyway, let me just end on this. Just like the spackers, you know, like the Pastor Sams, Tobys, etc. That's why they're all sleeping with each other in there. What do you like? Like for play, what do you like? Somebody that could make you say my, all night long. I know the spackers are pissed because I'm giving like Maya. You can't touch this, man. It's giving Aaliyah's 9. I'm 90s fine. Black girls like me, they just don't exist. My generation, it's just the millennium. And you know what the problem is with us millennials? We're so messed up, you know, mentally because of the trauma, everything we've been through. We were like the government's guinea pigs. That's what I believe. Yeah, and it takes a lot to sit with yourself and do that inner work. I'm proud of us. Oh my God, girl. Can you not hear the clapping? Miss L Rose, well done. Well done. I love it. And that's what I think God has forced us into, guys, is just sitting with self. And that's been the same with me this week. And I'm glad that the collective have been doing that as well, because it's so important. All right, let me just go for the last line. Ladies, love yourself. Love your saggy titties. Do you know what I mean? From your child, you know, I'm proud of my things being like this, because it's my daughter was fed like she's a strong girl now. That's because of the milk. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's beautiful. Why like they've given us these beauty standards where the titty need to be all the way up by the neck? And don't get me wrong though, when I put on a little cleat, I do feel like, ooh, that girl. But it doesn't need to be that. Official posture. Hey, not the saglo. Miss Blacklisted, welcome, my queen. Yeah, man, it's all natural. I don't care, and I love myself. I love these saggy things. Do you know what I mean? I love it. It does the trick. I've never had a complaint. The man them, they just have to hold them. That's all. That's the trick, man. Them just hold them. You know the mums, because you know the coochie's good. Like the younger gal, them might have the perky ones, but you know our coochie's like an ocean. Come on. And we don't have the time to be running around after these little man them, you know, like the young gal do. The young gal could be on the street from Monday to Sunday. The older gal, then we're tired. We're tired. We just want one with the right banana that can just do it. Oh, look at Haynes. We just want someone who's consistent, who's gonna come and beat the thing up. Do you know what I mean? Just do it right. No direction. I hate a ninja that I have to direct, babe. I want that Jesus pain hitting my forehead, knocking me out, baby. But as you know, I'm celibate, guys. But there's loads of people in the collective that aren't celibate. So why am I acting brand new? Guys, I'm gonna live the sensual life for you. Na 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 oh. Na 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 oh. Oh, I'm trying to let it go. Trying to keep an honest souls. You know what people make the mistake of doing, including A. Marie herself, is sing this in full voice. Say what it is. Oh, it is so serious. You have to sing like head voice, man, and build it up. You know how high this is? That's why when everyone was coming for A. Marie, I was like, cut it out, man. Do you know? That's a high octave she's on, jail. It's just one thing. Can you hear what she's saying? Just one thing that got me. It's just one thing. Are you all right? That's hard, you know. It's just one thing I did. When I know you, I keep thinking of my bells. It's just hearing a bell. Like I keep touching on remember when I was a kid, like these tunes used to come on and I always used to dream, you know, like of being that girl with the car keys jingling, and now I'm that bitch. That's why, guys, you need to be a bit kind to yourself, because I said to myself, would 16-year-old or 15-year-old or even 20-year-old Leah be proud of the woman that I am today, right now, in this moment, after everything I've been through? Hell yeah. And you know what, guys, I'm going to leave that with you until I come back on later. That's what you need to be telling self, because you know what? We've been through a lot, guys. We're not the average survivor. We have been through so much stuff in our lives, man. We're real survivors. We really survived. And I want to say, be kind to yourself. Guys, we've got to make a promise. As I'm coming on here, like being consistent with the lives, coming on daily, etc., you guys have to make a promise to me to also love yourself and try to get yourself up in the morning. Try to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all in this together. That's what it is. Let me check. You know what? Yeah, when I come back, I'll just go over the Jungian stuff. But I just want to let everybody know that healing together transforms individual and communal trauma. That's why the lives are really important, because we're healing as a collective through shadow trauma. And Jungian integration. So it's confronting the shadow turns hidden pain into empowerment. So like Miss L. Rose said, which is absolutely fitting for what, girl, you're incorporating the works of Jung into your subconscious psyche, which is absolutely impressive. Because as you said, we're facing ourselves. We're going inwards. We're sitting with self. That's how I think you described it. And that's the Jungian integration, my love. That's what we're trying to achieve. Confronting the shadows, and it turns that hidden pain into purpose, into empowerment. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Okay. That's what we're on, guys. We're turning pain into purpose. We're turning trauma into power. We're moving forward. This is a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new season for us. We are not going to mope around, being upset, sad, crying. Well, we have to cry for the healing, but not in the way where we're crying because we want to unalive. I love you guys so much. Honestly, every time I come on here, I'm never sitting on here by myself. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll be back in the evening, but my friend is coming. So we're going to spend a bit of quality time with one another. And then I'll be back on in the evening. So it'll be a late one, guys. But it's Saturday anyway. Let's live a little, man. Ooh, that Survivors Who's Hair, girl. We need to get some out. All right, guys. I'll be back on for a later one. Maybe around 9ish or maybe later. But I might just do a quick one if we're having a good time, guys. Just a quick one, because oh yeah, for those of you that are on, I'm going to be doing a special live tomorrow because it's Sunday. It's either going to be 12 or 1. And I'm going to have a few survivors here, and I'm going to be doing a live. I'm going to be doing live. So those survivors that are here are also going to be influencing the live through. They might be writing stuff down, I think, on the flip chart. I'm going to get them to write on the flip chart so that I can just read it, because they're not ready to come out like that yet. But I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you later, and then I'm going to see you on Sunday. And you'll most likely get me in the morning as well, because it's back to business. It's back to business as usual. Love you. TikTok, I'm going to go there first. I love you so much. Bye. See you later. All right. Who should we go next? Instagram. Instagram, I love you. I'll see you later. Bye. To another meal. Ooh, oh, look, this is the words I have. So fine, you blow my mind with the things you do to me. Line you find things you do for me. I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm so into you. Me so confused. I'm so confused. I'm gonna do. Rose, that's what they don't understand, Chair. I love singing. I love talking. God's given me the gift of the gab, bitch. Like, this is why TikTok works for me, because God has literally set them up for failure, because this is how I heal. It's through talking. And I could talk, I could win a Guinness Book World Record for like talking the longest. I would win anyone. Miss Al Rose, you know I could chat anyone down. That's why it's like there's no point in having beef with me. Because after we bruck each other up, we're just going to be left with our mouth, and you'll never win. Because this mouth ain't going to stop. I'll still be coming online, even if you brought me up, and I'll still be talking my talk. Me not blow clock here. It's not every battle that you win. It's not every fight that you win, bitch. But I got heart, so I'll still be talking. I don't care. It's not like there's been fights I've lost. I'm still chatting. Are you all right? I don't give a damn, bitch. Actually, I haven't really lost the fight, but there's been times, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've got a clean hook. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm just talking all my shit on here, and that's not really what we want to do. Let me go. I love you, Miss Alvarez. I love you. I'll be back later, girl. Evening time if you're free. It's gonna definitely be like, I think around 8, because my friend is coming, I think around 6. So it's gonna be late. It's gonna be a late one, like 10 or 9. Love you, girl. I'll see you later, alligator.